Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us over your lunch hour today for another one of our WESC webinars. My name is Lola Adibogan, and I am WESC Marketing and Admin Assistant. Today, we have Sarah Gallagher, partner at Save Local, presenting on community-based marketing. If you have any questions for Sarah as we go through the presentation, please feel free to submit them in the Q&A box, not the regular chat box. However, do feel free to use the regular chat box to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business. As always, this webinar is being recorded and will be available for on-demand viewing. You'll receive an email tomorrow at about this time with a link to the recording. With that, I will now pass it over to Sarah to now begin the presentation.
Hi, everyone, and thank you to the Women Entrepreneurs of Saskatchewan for having me. This is definitely my first Zoom Lunch and Learn or webinar series that I have ever done. So thank you for allowing me the spot to do it. So today we are going to talk about community-based marketing, and I'm just going to pull up my PowerPoint right now. So just bear with me for one moment, and I will get to it. Alrighty. Hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties. So what is community-based marketing? So local marketing is a strategy that targets potential customers within a specific radius of the physical location of a business. For me, I do think it's quite explanatory. It's also known as local-based marketing, neighborhood marketing, or local store marketing. So the new normal, the world as we know it has drastically changed for everybody. We have all been affected in every aspect of life. And so our businesses have been affected as well. So how do we market to our target audiences in a sensitive fashion? So it even goes down to the verbiage that we're using in terms of your messaging on social media or on your website. And many people have even had to put basically verbiage on their website stating that safety is first for their clients and customers. And that's why they've, opted for curbside pickup or another method to deal with clients on a regular basis. When it comes to your marketing also, think contribution and not conversion. So in marketing, as I'm sure many of you guys are, you're involved in your marketing, conversion is a hot topic, right? Because for instance, when you have when you are marketing a business and you are putting something on Facebook, you can see the reach and you can see how many people have, viewed it, but really, unless it's converted into business and into revenue, it's not that it doesn't matter because you're getting that awareness out, but unless it's conversion, it's not turning into revenue. So you want to come from a place of value to your present customers and prospective customers. Another thing that I would encourage, however, some might dispute this or, have a different perspective on it, I guess you could say, would be even come from a place of value for your competition's customers. So let's say I've gone with company A for a long time. COVID has affected their business as well as me. Maybe my budget's changed and I reach out to company B and I want them to potentially do business for me, but I'm not 100% sure. Come at it from a value standpoint. So saying something to the effect of whether or not you do business with us, being company B, this is what I would advise you to do. And if you do decide to go with us, we would love to have you and we'd be able to provide you with those services. And the reason I mention this is some of you may think that, of course, that's what you do, but really right now with COVID, I find that we're either very open in terms of supporting each other, or with some businesses and industries, it has been more cutthroat. So always think contribution to potential customers and to your current customers, and not just the conversion aspect. Support and promote businesses, other businesses. So you want to have that B2B, and that's great because that aligns with Women Entrepreneurs of Saskatchewan. We're here to support each other, regardless if we're friendly competition or not. You want to lead with good intentions, and you want to portray that as well. Don't just say it, act on it. And that'll improve the quality of your business life and your revenue and in your networking and your brand reputation. So what does your community, or what does community have to, sorry, I'm trying to get the Zoom out of the way. What does community have to do with your marketing? Well, without your community, your business cannot grow, expand, or thrive. So without your community geographically, as well as your online presence, your support as a business shrinks. You need us, basically. So how can we grow our businesses for profit while ensuring that we give back to our community, and how can we work together? I love this quote. Some of you have probably already heard it, but there is no change or no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. And I had heard this quote prior to COVID, but it definitely hits home now. So, and I do think that the pandemic has forced us to reevaluate where we are allocating our funds. And I'm going to touch on the nonprofit sector as well further on into the presentation. So, localizing experiences. The world as we knew it shut down and our focus shifted. So first to online shops and services such as Amazon, followed by our local neighborhood businesses that could function within guidelines. So the one thing that caught my attention after I even just wrote this was the fact that Amazon was #1 and local businesses were #2. But of course, that is a knee-jerk reaction because our community shut down. We didn't know what was happening in the world. So Amazon was the primary focus at first, and then it shifted to local neighborhoods after we had an idea of how we would be functioning. What we're trying to do is switch the mentality from local neighborhood businesses of being secondary and Amazon moving to, you know, second or third. We want to keep local businesses thriving. So we want people to choose local over a large platform such as Amazon. And also with guidelines and restrictions, that has changed it's day to day. That's what I even tell my clients with marketing. I make, you know, 20 to 50 or however many phone calls a day. I have about 5 meetings with clients a day. And whether they go with us or not, I'm very open to what their feedback is. And I do admit that, you know, it's one step at a time at this point. So with businesses that did come to a halt, community-based groups and forums were created with the intention to rally around one another. So personally, I'm half in Regina, half in Saskatoon. And in Regina, a group that was started by a couple of ladies, one from Kinetic Auto, Erin, and Carly from House of Paws. They had started it in just to support local businesses, for people to advertise their local businesses without having to attach a value on it. So it's free marketing for them essentially. And it's grown in 3 months. It was 3 months ago, it was 11,000 members were on it, not just businesses, people saying, hey, I'm looking for a painter, or I'm looking for a roofer. Who would you guys recommend? And it has grown that I think we're pushing 19,000 people. That's just in Regina. So those types of forums and groups like Saskatchewan Small Businesses, Regina Small Businesses, those groups have now been formulated where before they were present on Facebook, but the amount of people would usually be around the 500 or 300 people mark. But now these groups are turning into massive platforms for advertising, which is absolutely perfect. And it's also a two-way street because you have the consumers saying, hey, I need an interior painter. And you have that interior painting company directly say, give me a call. I'd love to give you a quote. So we're definitely shifting into a different type of marketing now, which is, it's really cool, for lack of a better term. Marketing shifted and newly emphasized messages were being tailored to different neighborhoods and delivered through newly established avenues, well, such as those forums and groups. So utilizing an existing retail footprint to support local businesses, sponsor community centers if possible, again, budgeting, as well as hosting community events online or not online, depending on restrictions. So by becoming a willing participant in these groups, such as the forum that I was talking about, Businesses are able, it should not be were, are able to tap into a target market that they never knew that they had. Again, now the mentality is slowly shifting from only going to Home Depot to maybe going to PB Mart or Home Hardware. So on both sides, that mentality is shifting. So currently supporting local businesses, it comes in many forms because of the changes that we have had over the past year or two. So in store, when restrictions permit, online, as well as curbside pickup. And that's just not for products. We're talking about services, veterinarian clinics. That's a good example. They have done, what they call curbside, which is you dropping off your pet and then they come and get the pet and then bring them in. So that's a form of curbside. Giving back to the community as well as supporting the community has never been so top of mind to shoppers than now. So what are you doing to give back? And that's something else that I'm going to touch on later. I'm going to tell you about a new program that I actually just launched myself. So examples. Grocery Express. This was created by a gentleman in Regina. It's an online platform for shopping grocery products from a single store or multiple stores within your community. He had created it. He was an immigrant to Canada, opened up the store, and then COVID hit. So he was very much ahead of the game in terms of trying to get ahead of all these changes and restrictions. So he created this online platform that actually has quite a few users as well as vendors on there. And we're talking big names as well as little names, like the mom and pop shops. And, I think he has Freshco or he has Co-op on there. So he's done a very good job at getting all different types of businesses and users on there. So also by consumers utilizing the app or the website, it also provides local stores with an opportunity to reach new clientele. An example of that is Local and Fresh here in Regina. So for everyone not in Regina, Local and Fresh is an experience in itself. It's actually one of my clients, and I'm very honored to work with them. They are in an older industrial building that they have renovated, and it is an experience in itself. You walk in, and Local and Fresh is an area, or it's a grocery store, including, a coffee shop and a restaurant, and the alternative, which is the small shopping center with just local products. But it only carries food within basically within Saskatchewan. So yes, it's locally sourced. Local House, I believe that was an initiative taken on by the people over at Innovation Place, and it's a shopping mall providing consumers with the opportunity to shop locally owned and operated businesses in both Saskatoon and Regina. Again, this contributes to retailers gaining new sales opportunities within the community as well as new clientele. Save Locally, this is us. Save Locally is a printed booklet filled with offers from small to medium-sized businesses, all located within Saskatchewan. So in Regina, we deliver to 64,529 households, and in Saskatoon, 85,920 households. So we're not delivering to businesses or industrial areas. We're really getting it into the hands of consumers so that it's tangible. It's not just digital. And a program that is yet to be launched, which technically I guess today will be the first time that I've said it publicly, is called Welcome to the Neighborhood. So your brand should stand by strong values. This comes into, this reflects in your mission and in your vision. Who you are, what you do, how important is corporate and social responsibility to you? Are you allotting some time for your employees to give some time to Habitat for Humanity? Do you host blood drives, or do you allow employees to take an hour off to go and, give blood? So really reflecting on your business beyond what you do for services or for products, what you believe in is extremely important to your consumers. Hoping this works. There we go.
My name is Tim Schultz. My wife Carla and I own Local and Fresh and Local Market, along with our boys Dane and Gavin. We're a family-owned business. We represent over 100 different local producers. I'm so passionate about local products, and I think it comes from that farmer in me. We recognize, you know, what local support means to producers, but also we recognize what local food means to the consumers. There's a relationship behind it, and we're really passionate about trying to build that relationship and connect consumer to producer through food.
My name's Rebecca. I'm the spa coordinator here at the Beauty Lab. My name's Allie. I am a medical esthetician here at the Beauty Lab. We try to have some sort of personal connection with everyone that comes in. From the moment they walk in the door, I try personally really hard to recognize faces and get to know people and ask them how their day is going, family, what they're doing for the weekend. Those kinds of things people really take to heart. We do our very best as staff to support local, and we very much appreciate when members of the community come and continue to support and know that they genuinely care about our business and our staff, and we care the same about them.
There's a lot of local people here that do amazing work, and we just love supporting other companies too.
I'm Kimberly, and this is my husband Jake and our daughter Sage Sinclair, and we're the owners of Anytime Fitness. We grew up near Raymore, Saskatchewan. How we met was through cross country in high school, so living a healthy and active lifestyle has always been a part of who we are. We are family owned and operated. We truly care about our members.
There's a little bit of something for everybody here at Anytime Fitness. We want to make sure that everybody that comes into the gym leaves a better person when they exit the gym. We have 4 core values here at Anytime Fitness Regina. One of them is community. So first and foremost, once a month, we give something back to our community, whether that be donations, whether that be us volunteering our time or our resources.
I think it's important to really support our community and the people in it. It all kind of connects together, and supporting each other just really adds back to our community.
Every single product that we have in the store represents a family. There's a family behind it. There's real people behind it. And those people live here in the community. And so when we put our dollars towards supporting those products, we're putting that money right back in the community.
Supporting local is very important to us. When you support a local organization, you support those owners, you support all those staff members, you support those suppliers. More of our money stays in our community and helping out our families that are local.
We would love to see you join our community.
All righty. So I just wanted everyone's thoughts, or sorry, I guess I can't, but for you to think on these things. So how many times in the video did you hear the word community? Quite a bit. I can't tell you the actual count, but I wanted my clients to just focus on community. Another question, do you even know what Save Locally is by the end of the video? I did not say, talk about us, pump our tires. I didn't say anything to them, and it was completely unscripted. I simply said, tell us about the business, tell us about why you appreciate and why you need community support, but also tell me why you go to other local businesses and give them business. Why do you think it's important to you as a business and as an employee? So it was completely unscripted, and I just let them have the platform. I purposely did not make it about our business whatsoever. So the purpose of the video, again, was to share our foundation as a company, because it is called Save Local E. It's just that it's not grammatically correct. We did the E as a branding. So our foundation as a company, our why, they said it for us, and to not solely focus on our business. So instead, we focused on the businesses in our community and that we have the honor of working with. It's unscripted, honest, and authentic. Focus on your community and the people in it rather than what you do. Not all the time, of course, because you still need to make money and market your products and services, but there is a time and place for and for right now, community focus is that time and place. So my next question is, how have you adapted to the times that we have right now with the pandemic? And as business owners or partners or whatever your position may be, entrepreneur, what are your strengths and weaknesses in marketing during this very unusual time? So reflect by yourself, reflect with your employees. And I love getting feedback from clients and asking them, you know, what are your thoughts? Because you have to be so creative. Ask them directly, what is their conversion rate right now? What is their feedback that they are experiencing? I'm talking if you're a vendor and you have clients, right? So whatever your industry may be, ask for feedback. It's very powerful. So you're now competing with the last best experience that your customer had. So when the pandemic hit, digital transformation skyrocketed overnight, and this in turn sent consumer expectations skyrocketing as well. Again, how have you and your business adapted? What are your strengths and weaknesses? How can you improve? I'm going to say that again because typically they say that it takes a few times for you to actually remember that and to really focus on it. So again, how have you adapted? Strengths and weaknesses, but how can you improve? What marketing strategies have you not tapped into yet? Again, we have to be very creative in the way that we market now because the world has changed. Review your community initiatives within your business model and find the gaps that you can fill. Where can you pitch in? There was an initiative here in Regina called Build Love. And for lack of a better term and description, it was people in the trades that rallied together and in their downtime did a home makeover of sorts for someone deserving, such as there was one lady who had MS and it was progressing quite quickly, I believe. And there were a ton of stairs in the house. So everyone rallied together and basically did a whole new home makeover for her. So they utilized their skills and their connections and their knowledge to better the community. Speak directly with the organization that you believe you could contribute to in order to find out literally where they need some support. So they could need monetary support, which I know is difficult. Time, we need bodies, for instance, habitat, they need both. So having that conversation directly with the organization is the best thing that you can do. Courting customers is like dating. It's a dance. And grant me a little grace here. I don't remember what dating is like because I'm an old maid. So think of these things or on these things. You need to work for your customers' attention. The digital world was saturated pre-COVID, and post-COVID, that has only increased. E-commerce has doubled during the pandemic due to convenience as well as uncertainty. So at one time, we could rely on customers to help increase our business due to word of mouth or your product alone, whereas now they expect you to work harder to retain their loyalty. Tight budgets and unpredictability make for a creative and tricky marketing plan. On the flip side, some of your best marketing could come out of this time period. And I truly believe that. So focus on being comfortable, being uncomfortable, as they say. Tom Trenner, head of marketing for enterprise customer data platform Treasure Data, recommends cutting through the noise by taking a strong social stance. Millennials and young Gen Xers want to shop with brands that share their values, and they tend to reward brands that take a strong stand, he says. By aligning your brand with the values held by your patrons, you're showing them that you're on their side and getting them on your side along the way. So connecting with your customers is simultaneously more important and more difficult than ever. And if you want the business to emerge from COVID-19 pandemic stronger than ever, you will need to start investing in strong customer relationships now, and the future results, they will speak for themselves. So by encouraging also customer-facing interactions when done safely, as well as curbside pickup, as I touched on previously, you're maintaining also a sense of belonging, relationship, and community with your customers. Finding creative ways to keep an active presence with corporate and social responsibility is almost as important as revenue during this pandemic. So one piece of advice is to find a fellow local business to partner with to give back to the community in an essential way. So whether it's food donation, clothes donation, time donation, and your customer relationships will only get stronger, and your exposure to new clientele, it will go up. So what do customers look for in a business? The product, service, attitude, right? Customer service and value. So for me, I also host fundraisers, but I do it with another business that could have been our competition, but we choose to partner up together because there's enough to go around. So I'm just going to show you a very quick videography clip from one of our fundraisers. And these are all entrepreneurs and small business owners that I invited. I didn't focus on one over another. It was just a nice evening together, if it works. So I want to just explain the sip and schmooze that I was holding, or that I was hosting along with another business called Spruce Homes. If you don't know about them in Saskatoon, I would say everybody should check them out. My brother and I flip houses as well. We were doing it full time, but that has taken a back seat. So I used to host these quarterly fundraisers, for exposure for us, as well as our partner, which is, like I said, Spruce Homes. And what I did is I opened it up to anybody, but also I targeted small business owners and entrepreneurs of any type, people who just wanted to network and socialize. They would buy a ticket, and in the ticket, I priced it out for, they had an automatic donation. So a portion of that ticket that went to, in this case, it was Motion Ball, but I've done it with other community initiatives and nonprofits. So they would get an automatic donation, they would get a beverage of their choice upon walking in, and then the rest would just cover, taxes and basically Eventbrite. So also the venue, I always get it for free. Again, it's that community relationship that I have with the business where I'm hosting it. They know it's going to a good cause. And frankly, nobody just has one beverage. They usually stick around. So it's good business for the bar, lounge, restaurant, whatever it is. So again, I partner up with the said competition, the friendly competitor, but really it benefits our community, it benefits our businesses, but also it benefits other people in Saskatchewan who are entrepreneurs and small businesses or own small businesses, because I can tell you one thing, after the first networking night that we had, the same people came back every time, plus they brought their friends. And it's all for a good cause. It benefits everyone. Relationships, they're everything. I do want to use this as an example for people in Saskatoon. I guess if you don't know 22 Fresh, you're about to.
Sport it's all I've ever known. I grew up in a sport-first household where, as far back as I can remember, that's what I did with my free time. I'm so passionate about the doors that it can open in terms of learning how to go through life. I want to give back everything I can. What I love about sport is the camaraderie of being on a team, even if you're an individual athlete, have a goal in mind that you work towards. You need to prepare yourself in life and at work and in sports, and then you got to trust it, that you put in all that work for a reason and let it fly. And I think that's where authenticity comes from. One of the biggest things that we're doing here is trying to let people know that it's okay to be loud and have fun and look fresh. And if that makes you feel good, then go for it. It's an opportunity. Confidence is something that everyone struggles with to some extent, and at the end of the day, it's about, you got one life and you should make it as fun as you can. Put your shoulders back and be confident who you are.
So, oh, and the picture is not there. So the reason I use Kip from 22 Fresh is he has a very large brand and a huge following. The Rough Riders are one of his most, I guess, they're very loyal customers and also brand ambassadors. But Kip very much embodies the corporate and social responsibility aspect. Born and raised here in Regina, it's something that he really wants to keep local. So the other thing about the video, it's not just good marketing. You learn about his why. You learn about how, you know, how community initiative is important to him, or at least you get the feeling for it. He does a lot of sponsorships with whether it's baseball or hockey or football. That's what he's built into his business model. So if he's not cutting a check, he's ensuring that they have the equipment or apparel that they need. I do apologize for the photo not showing up here. Catherine started Catherine's Cause when she was 5 and hopes to spread love and kindness in our community. And she relies on her community as well as business partnerships to make her initiative a success. So this year alone, this young lady, and I do apologize for not having the photo once again, it disappeared. She raised $51,489. Z99 Radio is recognized as her main sponsor as they are able to get the word out to the masses, as well as help her with her online auction. Pink Wig is phenomenal. Maybe I'm biased, but the Pink Wig Foundation is a private nonprofit organization that provides financial assistance to cancer patients as well as families, allowing them to focus on becoming healthy throughout their journey with cancer. Pink Wig relies on donations from the community as well as businesses to either partner with them for events or with a monetary donation. So with Pink Wig, they strategically partner with businesses for their events so that they can raise money for, like we said, the cancer patients and their families, but also the businesses. Not only does it align with them because cancer has affected everybody, but also it's good exposure and it definitely displays corporate and social responsibility on their end. So my question for you is, how can you contribute? You need to reflect on that by yourselves, really. And is it a donation of time, money, or hosting? So what are your values, passions, or causes that are close to your heart? And how can you build that into your business model? It's not easy to just cut a $2,000 check or $5,000 check or $500 check. You need to build it into your business model and be very strategic where you are putting your money and time, because time is money. So the ripple effect is small actions lead to big changes. Start small. You got to walk before you run. So start small. And if anyone ever needs any help, by all means, please let me know. I've worked both in the non-for-profit sector as well as charity sector because they are different. And then also as an entrepreneur as well. So I'm open to any feedback or any questions, just as Sarah talking to Lola or Wesk or whomever has any questions. I'm definitely open to having a conversation with you. And then lastly, I'm shamelessly going to tell you about a program that I just launched with Save Locally. And so if you don't mind, I'm just going to get out of my screen and I will show you the new program that we are officially launching as of right now. So this is called Welcome to the Neighborhood. So our printed booklet, as I showed in one of the slides, the printed booklet is open to businesses that are local, small to medium-sized businesses that want to advertise. So they get a two-sided advertisement in the booklet along with a QR code that we track. So we can see how many people are actually utilizing the QR code beyond bringing the actual offer into the local business. Excuse me. And, you know, at times businesses cannot afford the ad space. So what I've done is I've allocated one space in the booklet going forward where we will allow either both or one local business that has just started or a nonprofit. So we all know how hard it is when you're new in town. We've all been there. So if you're a locally owned and operated business that's only been in town for a few years, we'd like to make it easier for you. So basically, you will get one of those spots in our booklet to utilize it for, you know, introducing yourself. It's to announce your arrival to our neighborhood, tell us what you're all about, and to make your customers aware of the specials perhaps, or that you're offering for that month or the year. And all I ask is that people fill out the basic information, explain what their business is, explain their mission and culture. Culture is such a big, it's a very primary focus for me. You have to have a strong culture in any company, regardless if you're 2 people or 20 people or 100 people, your culture is absolutely pivotal. Why are you applying for the program? Why do you need help? So not only are they getting ad space, we are also giving them training in marketing. Typically, our marketing programs do very well, also for us on the margin end of things. And we're also offering free business coaching. So we're basically trying to help them launch or improve their stance as a business. And then here's the big one. How does your business, or how do you personally give back to the community? Now, when I'm talking to people and I'm not on a webinar, I will say, this is what our program is, or this is what we're going to launch, that now we're launching. This is the kicker. If you're not able to tell me how your business, in terms of corporate and social responsibility, is giving back, or how you personally do, whether it's, you know, giving blood or platelets or plasma to Canadian Blood Services, or if it's Habitat or YWCA, I mean, really anything, you technically don't qualify right off the bat, because I want people who are giving back to the community to qualify for this program, because it's called Save Local E. The next one is, oh, I guess it's not there. The next one is specifically for non-for-profits, and I do apologize that it's not there, but any non-for-profit or charity or community initiative that does need that marketing space for any event or fundraising, or just, you know, awareness and exposure in general, they can also apply by simply filling out the same type of information. What do you do in terms of an organization? What is your mission and vision? Why do you believe that you need the assistance? And how can we help? Also saying, this is our strength. These are our strengths. These are our weaknesses. We would like your help, because if we can't help you directly, again, that business to business aspect, we will make sure that somebody that we know, we will contact, and they can be part of our package, I guess you could say. So that's all I actually have, and I'm a little early, so I am open to any questions or comments by any means. I guess I'll lean on Lola for this.
Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. It was very engaging. I bet all the attendees also love the videos that you shared. I'm not seeing any questions so far, so if we don't have any, I should let you guys know that next week is our West Summit and our West Summit Gala. Today is the last day to purchase your tickets for the West Summit and Gala, and that event really just it celebrates women entrepreneurs in Saskatchewan. So it's helping local businesses thrive. And that was a presentation today. So if you want to help local businesses thrive, you should get a West Summit and Gala ticket, which means there will be no webinar for next week, but the week after, we have a webinar. And if you visit west.ca/events, you'll be able to see the information on that. It looks like we do have one question from Aaron. Do you see the question?
Where am I supposed to see the question?
Under the Q&A.
I just see looks like fun.
Oh, then you're not saying, well, the question says, how did you get to be so awesome?
Oh, that's because it's Erin. By the way, I'm going to shamelessly plug her, whether she likes it or not. Erin owns, she knows that I love her. She owns a actually, this speaks to Wes perfectly. She owns an automotive shop here in Regina. She is the only woman that does own an auto body shop here in Regina, which is bonkers to say, actually. And she won the 2020, and please forgive me, Erin, I think it's the right title, 2020 Auto Body Shop of the Year, Canada-wide, which is pretty awesome. So she is the perfect representative for women in business, in my opinion. And she's one of our clients, and I am so thankful to have the opportunity to work with her. She empowers everybody that she comes in contact with. Yeah.
That is awesome. We have another question from Justine.
Yep. Justine, I still don't see it on here. Can you read it to me? Sorry.
Yeah. It says, how did you get started in business? I find it intimidating to even start.
So for myself, just to give you a little bit of background, I've worked a lot in the nonprofit sector. We've just been involved in nonprofit forever since I was a child. My grandmother put us in the Ronald McDonald House when I think we were 7. We worked at a few different centers. So I've always worked in nonprofit. And then what I saw, and for lack of a better description, I guess, is an opportunity for me to do a business, follow my passion, make money at it, but also partner it and marry it with my passions that are non-business related. So a good example of that, when it really started, I used to work for Farm Credit Canada. It was a lovely job. I loved dealing with my clients. And Farm Credit Canada actually allows you a certain amount of time a month to participate in Habitat for Humanity. Well, that was just a domino effect where I ended up going to El Salvador and building houses and getting even more involved with nonprofit and charities. So what I always wanted to own my own business, and my family does have 3 businesses in itself. So I've always helped out with that. So I decided to marry everything so I could work with my family, work in our business, benefit our family, and also could use that platform to give back to the charities and then the initiatives that I fell in love with. So whatever your passion is, I say go for it. There's no better time, and Women Entrepreneurs of Saskatchewan can help you. There's lots of grants out there as well that can also help you along with it. And then just build that corporate and social responsibility into your business model. And I truly mean it. If anybody ever needs help with it, I'm an open book. By all means, just connect with me and I can help you with that as well. So you gotta just go for it, girl. Like literally just do it.
Awesome. And then we have another question from Cherry. Where do we find the application for the marketing booklet? Or do we email to get one? There's a marketing booklet?
Okay, so you can go on to Save Locally, so SAVELOCALE, so locally, so local with an E on the end, .ca, and you will be able to see on, I just had them do a subsection today, but it is on there online, and you can fill out the information and it'll actually come directly to me, and then I'll give you a shout and we can talk about it further. It doesn't matter if you're in Saskatoon or Regina, or if you're in the area. I'll be sure to have a conversation with you and find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. And by the way, just so you know, Erin, where did she say that? Oh, I thought Erin corrected me in terms of first woman to have won in Canada. That's correct. Not just the province, in Canada. Told you she was awesome.
That's awesome. I'm looking at the Q&A and I don't think we have any more questions.
And Erin just corrected me again. God, I'm so sorry, Erin. Auto repair, not auto body. Oh, she might just fire me after this.
It seems like we have a question from Param. You have your answer. You have your hand up. I can read what you have in the Q&A box. It's very nice to hear from you, and I would like to know if you can help me get involved with communities because I don't really have any experience, and also she's a shy person. Yeah, I guess that's the inquiry.
Absolutely. So you can just contact me via email. I plopped it in there as well. It's just Sarah, SARA @savelocally.ca. If you didn't write it down, I'm sure Lola or Josie can give you my information, but definitely shoot me an email and I'll try and help you out to the best of my ability.
Yeah. Tomorrow, when the link to the recording goes out, I will also put Sarah's information there, or email. So anyone that still has any questions or would like to work with Sarah, you can email her. And as she said, she will respond. So
yes, I will. Promise.
I think that's all our questions for today. Thank you to all the attendees for coming, and thank you, Sarah, so much for your wonderful presentation. And everyone have a really good Wednesday. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.